Think Game of Thrones was brutal? Real history laughs at it. These royal families didn't just rule. They poisoned, tortured, and killed their way to power. From the Borgia's Vatican assassins to the Romanovs' bloody fall, this isn't fantasy, it's fact. These are the most brutal dynasties in history, and their crimes make Westeros look merciful. 1. The Borgia Pope who ordered hits from the Vatican Pope. Alexander VI turned the Vatican into a mafia headquarters. Rodrigo Borgia bribed cardinals, sold church offices, and had enemies poisoned during feasts. Even as Pope, he arranged assassinations to expand his family's power across Italy. For him, the papacy wasn't sacred. It was a throne built on secrets, sins, and silent corpses. 2. Cesare Borgia, the real-life Joffrey with a sword. Cesare Borgia, son of the Pope, was ruthless beyond belief. He murdered rivals, betrayed allies, and strangled his brother-in-law to tighten his grip on power. Feared by kings and popes alike, his reign of terror inspired Machiavelli's The Prince. His ambition knew no limit, and his enemies learned too late that betrayal was his favorite weapon. 3. Lucitzia Boura, poison rings and dead husbands. Lucrezia was no innocent princess. Married off 3 times for political gain, her husbands had a habit of dying mysteriously. Whispers of poison rings and deadly dinners surrounded her court. Some say she was a pawn. Others claim she was the deadliest Borgia of them all. Either way, those close to Lucrezia often didn't stay alive long. 4. Ivan the Terrible, the Romanov precursor who killed his own son. Ivan IV ruled with iron and insanity. He executed nobles by boiling, impaling, or feeding them to animals. In a blind rage, he struck his own son in the head, killing his heir. Though not a Romanov, his brutal legacy shaped Russia's monarchy for centuries. Under his shadow, cruelty became a standard feature of royal rule. 5. The Romanov secret police, torture as policy. The Romanovs ruled Russia with fear. Their secret police, the Okhrana, hunted rebels, tortured dissenters, and turned Siberia into a living prison. Suspected of disloyalty? You'd vanish, maybe forever. Methods included starvation, branding, and exile in freezing camps. For the Romanovs, torture wasn't an exception. It was the tool that kept their empire stitched together. 6. Rasputins Curse, the monk who wouldn't die. Rasputin was stabbed, poisoned, shot 4 times, and thrown into an icy river. Yet he refused to die quickly. A mystic with influence over the Tsarina, his bizarre survival fed rumors of black magic. When the Romanovs fell, many believed it was Rasputin's revenge from beyond the grave, a curse for the murder no one could cleanly commit. 7. The Habsburg Chin, when inbreeding goes too far. The Habsburgs married cousins for centuries and paid the price. Charles II of Spain had a massive jaw, could barely speak, and was mentally unfit to rule. Known as the Bewitched, his deformities symbolized the dynasty's genetic collapse. Their obsession with bloodline purity led to madness, sterility, and ultimately, extinction. Royal blood isn't always a blessing. 8. The defenestration of Prague, a royal window of death. In 1618, angry Protestants stormed Prague Castle and threw 2 Catholic officials out a 3rd-story window. They survived the fall, but the message was clear. That single act ignited the 30 Years' War, which killed millions. The Habsburgs responded with scorched earth tactics, executions, and mass persecution. One push out a window changed European history forever. 9. Royal poison labs. When science was used to kill the Borgias and Romanovs, both allegedly kept court poisoners in secret labs. Scientists and alchemists created odorless, tasteless toxins perfect for wine goblets or jewelry. Victims would fall ill days later, untraceable. These weren't rumors. Evidence points to chemical weapons used to eliminate rivals and secure thrones. In royal courts, science often served death more than medicine. The fall of the Romanovs, murdered in a basement. After centuries of rule, the Romanovs were executed in 1918 by Bolsheviks. Tsar Nicholas, his wife, and their 5 children were shot and bayoneted in a cellar. Their bodies were burned and buried in secret. The dynasty ended not with exile, but with cold blood. It was a royal ending even George R.R. Martin wouldn't dare write. These royal families ruled through fear, betrayal, and bloodshed, proving history can be darker than fiction. If their brutality shocked you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We've got more untold stories that rewrite everything you thought you knew about power. Until next time, stay curious and stay cautious of kings.